So let's get this party started!
It's been proven that no other sport can capture the attention of the entire world like a boxing rivalry can. When certain fighters were brought together, they didn't just compete. Toe-to-toe with each other, they captured the hearts of millions and etched their names in the sport's history. Let's look back at some of the greatest ever today as we count down the 10 biggest boxing rivalries of all time. Number 10, Carl Froch versus George Groves. Classic rivalry to start, an aging champion versus the undefeated young challenger. George Groves was a 19-0 kid dynamo but got booed as he entered the ring, viewed as a cocky upstart by some and not worthy of sharing the ring with the WBA and IBF champion Froch. George though turned round most fans by the end of the night, sending Froch crashing to the canvas in the very first round. Dramatically though, Froch wouldn't back down, and by the 9th it was complete chaos. And while Carl was working to end it, the ref stepped in, most thought a bit too early. In fact, their teams nearly fought over it in the ring after. Lots of fans also felt robbed of a proper ending. Groves promised to finish him, and the build-up to the rematch was massively hyped. And what better place to settle this iconic British rivalry than Wembley Stadium? By round 8 though, all hell had broken loose again, until this rivalry ended in explosive fashion. No controversies here, they sold 80,000 tickets, a national record at the time, with Groves admitting he was beaten fair and square. Number 9, Canelo versus Golovkin. The weight boxing fans had to go through before this epic fight finally got made. Not only was middleweight supremacy on the line, but also quite possibly a spot at the top of the pound-for-pound list, but there was only room for one guy to be the best.
Very few fights can be called super fights. This is one of them. High-level championship action. Short, tight punches as well. Right hand again by Golovkin. Canelo says no, but it landed. This for supremacy at 160 pounds. It's a close fight. Good jab work there. And that's it.
Controversially though, it was a draw. One judge had scored it wildly in Canelo's favour when most had felt like Triple G had won. When the second fight came, there was a new fire and they went back toe to toe.
Good luck. With that plan in mind, a good hard body shot. Golovkin picking up the pace. Canelo tries to answer. This is a brutal fight, war of attrition already. You can see it by their faces. The rematch is brutal.
Another war, but Canelo had outworked and outmaneuvered Triple G and took home the W at the peak of the rivalry. The two men then ran it back for a third time in 2022, 4 years later, with Canelo winning for the final time against a 40-year-old Triple G.
Well, this looks like a new Canelo and an old Triple G.
The rivalry was over and it earned its place in the history books. Number 8, Fury versus Wilder. By the time this fight rolled around, people were salivating, ready for some heavyweight action, and it completely delivered and almost ended in the final round with a perfect KO blow from the Bronze Bomber. Only for Tyson to resurrect himself, somehow. He survived to a draw and instantly the rematch had to happen. In the second fight, Fury looked unstoppable, finishing Wilder in 7 rounds, becoming the first man to KO the Bronze Bomber. Excuses were made, ring attire was blamed, but in the third fight, Tyson put any doubt to bed, finishing Wilder yet again in dominating fashion. Number 7, Marco Antonio Barrera versus Erik Morales. Usually countries get behind their fighters, but in the case of this rivalry, you had 2 national heroes going to head. No one knew who to cheer for. Their first meeting was 2 elite champions going head to head, with the undefeated Morales walking away with Barrera's title in a highly contested decision. In the second fight, Barrera took his revenge in another tactical and fast-paced war. Both these guys were just so evenly matched and both believed they'd won again, so the rivalry and feud only grew. It would be another 2 years before the third and final rubber match. Both men gave absolutely everything they had, capping off the rivalry with a majority decision for Barrera. Number 6, Manny Pacquiao versus Juan Manuel Marquez. This was a rivalry between 2 legendary fighters, giving us 4 unbelievable fights. The second fight was reminiscent of their first encounter, an all-out war with non-stop action. What a fight that was. That Manny won by split decision, also admitting it was one of his toughest fights ever. It only made their third meeting even bigger, selling 1.4 million pay-per-views. It was supposed to, quote, leave no doubt, but after Fight 3, it once again had been a razor-close technical masterclass of a contest. Manny again got the nod, even though there were many people booing the decision in Vegas. Fight 4, then called the Fight of the Decade, was then in turn massive. Marquez knocked out Manny, producing a Fight of the Year and Knockout of the Year ending to an all-time rivalry. Number 5, Fury versus Usyk. The fights in this rivalry happened at the very pinnacle of modern-day boxing, with the world watching and history on the line. Both masters of the craft, an epic spectacle took place in Riyadh to crown the first undisputed heavyweight champion in 24 years of boxing history.
For the first time in a quarter century, let's make history! At this level, and with the stakes this high, one mistake could prove fatal.
Fury was working the body well and finding holes.
The Ukrainian is hurt!
But Usyk cracked Fury and almost had him out in round 9.
And these guys are not letting us down! Fury's in trouble!
I mean, it looked over.
The Gypsy King is rattled!
Fury survived and Usyk took the split decision and the undisputed heavyweight title. An immediate rematch clause, though, meant a chance at redemption for Tyson.
The most enticing moment in our fabled and magical sport. The seconds before the ultimate heavyweight showdown. Good one, Shudo for Fury.
Lovely right hand there from Fury.
Oh, left hand, a big left hand from Usyk for the first time. It really connects. And again.
It again turned into an all-time classic.
Best action of the fight here.
Good work from Usyk. Making him miss, making him pay.
It will go down to the scorecard. Oh! Another terrific ending.
Fury again fought his heart out, but Usyk proved to be the better man, and these fights also brought in a whole new generation of boxing fans. Number 4, Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Born rivals, as the promoter said about this one, but then the closer this fight got, the more animosity also seemed to increase, firstly because Ben failed a drug test.
How many eggs did you have to eat to fail those two drugs tests?
Number 1, I've been cleared. 2, you will never be cleared of being a
Of course, that press conference ended explosively, let's say.
Tempers flaring there.
Magic was only added when Eubank's estranged dad, Chris Sr., stepped out of the limo, shocking everyone on fight night.
He's here! Father and son reunited!
2 former rival fathers ringside, the 2 rival sons in the ring, and the fight delivered on every level.
Here we go!
The left hook was money for Eubank, but Conor would not stop coming.
Oh, good shot from Eubank! And he walks right through it, Conor Benn. Left to the ball. Oh, left him up there! Good shots from Conor Benn here. Eubank found that. And this fight living up to all the hype.
Fans worldwide were going crazy. This was the definition of instant classic, with Eubank Jr. coming out on top. And now the stage is set as these 2 men, born rivals, are ready to clash once more. Will history repeat itself, or will revenge be served? Number 3, Chris Eubank Sr. versus Nigel Benn. There's just something about the clash of these 2 artists, these 2 showmen, that is absolutely electrifying. They're polar opposites in the way they talk, the way they fight, but their rivalry completely spellbound a nation.
He certainly has shaken down another right hand.
The backstory and real animosity that formed between the 2 men over their differences was great, but the fights spoke for themselves.
Right hand!
After clashing wills for 9 incredible rounds, the ends came for Eubank and it made him a national hero.
It's all over! It's all over!
Ben said he could have fought on. Eubank said he didn't belong in his class, and Ben called him a phony gentleman. This set up the rematch. 42,000 fans at Old Trafford Stadium. It was another fiercely competitive fight that ended in a split draw, forever leaving the 2 rivals locked in eternal stalemate, having fought and won each other's respect. Number 2, Tyson versus Holyfield. Holyfield in every way shocked the world. In an elite heavyweight clash, he weathered the storm from Tyson and dropped punishment himself, finishing Iron Mike in the 11th round. This stunned everyone. It was Tyson's 2nd loss ever, and it made the rematch one of the most hyped fights in boxing. In the rematch, the world was left shocked as Mike Tyson bit Holyfield and all hell broke loose. Tyson lost his boxing license and got DQ'd, but just for the crazy moments both fights produced, it's one of the most remembered rivalries ever. Number 1, Ali versus Fraser. By the time Ali and Fraser met, boxing had never seen anything like it. Ali had still never lost, but the first fight in 1971, the fight of the century, was insane. Back when they're doing 15 rounds, these heavyweights traded hell, with Joe dropping Ali in the final round, but also handing him his first ever loss. But in 1974, both men were coming off wins, the public wanted to see it, and Ali was still calling Fraser things like slow and stupid. He outboxed him in an incredible rematch, looking faster and smarter than ever. And then the trilogy, one of the most famous fights ever, the Thriller in Manila. The two icons of the division went toe-to-toe again, putting on a phenomenal show until the 14th round, where the fight was called and Ali emerged victorious. Ali would even say that was the closest he ever felt to death. Written throughout history are some of boxing's greatest rivalries that have truly helped shape the sport. And the next chapter, Eubank versus Ben 2. Saturday, November 15th, only on DAZN.